Okay, so number 4, the concept of Ochel Nefesh. So, and this is very important concept that we're going to learn a lot from. Ochel Nefesh, preparing food for a person. Okay, and with all of the derivatives. So, what does it mean, derivatives? So, in some cases, we would use the same process, but for something else, not for food preparation. Right? For example, you for food preparation, you're allowed to cook water. Right? Cook, I mean, you wanna boil tea, right? So you take fresh water from your tap, right, and from your sink, and then you make and then you boil it. Okay, there is no problem on Shabbos. You're not allowed to do it, but on Yom Tov you're allowed to do that. So, and that is a permission, the extended permission, that you're allowed to wash, for example, your face with your hands, other things on Yom Tov with warm water, hot water if you want. So, meaning, what is the issue? The issue is that you're actually cooking water in your water tank. So that would be allowed because it is allowed for food consumption. So it is allowed extension for other needs, Yom Tov needs, of course. Continue. The verse. We're going to explain Ochel Nefesh. The verse cited at the beginning of the chapter, which contained the prohibition of Melachah on Yom Tov, concludes with the statement, except for what must be eaten for any person, and alone must be done for you. So that's as I said, we're going to go back to that verse many times. With this qualification, the Torah permitted the performance of certain melachas of Yom Tov for the sake of preparing food for human consumption. So he's very careful with his language, for human consumption, but not for animal consumption. Okay, for animals it's proper to prepare beforehand. So it's actually very interesting. A lady left us a comment on one of our YouTube video, and she said, "Can you please make a lecture clip about taking care of animals on Shabbos?" So I never had anybody ask me this question. Very interesting. Even though we learn it, but I mean not in these books, but in original, right? In the Mishnah Brura, Chol HaMoed, there are extensive laws like how to take care of the animals, but it's first time. So I told her that I said, let's start from regular with a kiddush, Shabbos kiddush, and other halachos, right? Why are you going to taking care of the animal? But she said, no, she's a farmer, right? Not in the States, in another country, and she wants to go to the Shiur, and she's actually started the process, or in the beginning of starting the process. So she asked us to make a clip. Very interesting. It's not a clip, so just it's not a clip. It's very serious. So learning. There are many details how to take care of the animals. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. So, but here we're talking about human consumption. However, not all melachah involved in preparing food are permitted. Okay. Chapter 2, I will deal with which melachas are permitted for the purpose and which is forbidden. So we just said that you're allowed to prepare food. Yes, you're allowed to prepare food for today, but you're not allowed to prepare food for tomorrow. For example, for let's say it's second day of Yom Tov, a person start cooking what are you cooking? It's afternoon. Nobody's going to eat until the end of the Chag, right? So meaning what? Person is cooking for tomorrow, for a weekday, so it would be absolutely forbidden cooking, right? When other cookings are also forbidden. Okay. Just 1 second. Permitted. Okay. Continue. Although the verse mentioned the certain melachas may be done in order to prepare what must be eaten. It does not mean to limit the dispensation to the preparation of food. Rather, it means to allow specific permitted melachas to be done for the sake of any common human needs of or pleasure, such as warming oneself, right? Meaning making fire. Since you can make fire to cook, right? Of course, you start from pre-existing flame, but technically you can make fire to cook, so you can warm your house if needed. Okay. One second. Warming oneself, or washing one's face with warm water. So this washing is I think it's the most asked question, right? That people have, right? We answered this question before, but in this book we're going to go with all of the details. The Torah mentioned food preparations as a prototype for all common physical needs. Since the Torah does mention the preparation of food, the dispensation is commonly referred to as a rule of achel nefesh. There is preparing food for a person. So let's stop here, going back, and we're going to explain a lot of information. Okay, so it says, although the verse mentions that certain melachas may be done in order to prepare what must be eaten, it does not mean to limit the dispensation to the preparing food, as we said, but something similar, like similar melachas, similar activities that you would do for preparation of food. So you would be able to do it for what is it? For other things. Just one example. I mean, if you open like hot water in your sink, right, in the kitchen sink, to wash your hands, so you're not obligated to shut it off. Okay, so eventually, of course, you're going to shut it off, but you're not obligated to shut it off right away. So you can keep it running if you need to wash dishes in the warm water. Of course, you're not allowed to use a sponge for that. That's that's obvious and different story. But if you want to wash your dishes, so since you open this water for permissible manner, right, you can continue running. Rather, rather it means to allow specific permitted melachas to be done for the sake of any common human need. So he's very, very careful with his language. So for the sake of any common human need. So what does it mean? That most of the people find this thing necessary for them. For example, most of the people would find necessary to wash their hands with warm water, or face with warm water. But to take shower, that everybody takes shower every day? No, absolutely not. Most of the people in the world, even in any country, given country, they don't take shower every day. So maybe once, I don't know, it depends on the person, like on the country, maybe once in a few days, or 2 days, or 3 days, even in summer, right? So, okay. So to say that it's a common need to take shower every day, absolutely not. Just one of the examples. Okay. Sake of any common needs or pleasure. So pleasure, and we're going to see, for example, if somebody wants to smoke. Smoke is not good. It's not good. It's actually forbidden because it ruins one's health. But let's say a person already smoking, we're going to leave him alone, right? He wants to continue smoking, so for him it's a pleasure. That's how he derives pleasure on Yom Tov. If he does not smoke, he's going to, I don't know, go crazy. So in this case, we would allow him to smoke, right? And this is the activity, making fire, right? Making fire that would not be allowed on Shabbos, but for pleasure, so we would allow him to do it on Yom Tov, right? Or pleasure. So another example, warming oneself, right? Making maybe heat up, right? Or washing one's face with warm water, right? So that's, as we said, it's common pleasures for many people. The Torah mentioned food preparation as a prototype for all common physical needs. And so the Torah says food preparation, but actually, if you learn Mishnah, so it says, or you learn Rambam, right, or you learn Shulchan Aruch, so Shulchan Aruch, Rambam, or Mishnah would say, and similar and the same in all similar cases. So, and many times when you read Rashi, so Rashi would say the Torah uses this example not because it's an exception, because it's common situation, right? So plow with a bull, right? But you can plow with a horse, and you can plow with a donkey, you can plow with a giraffe, I guess, also. I'm not sure, I'm just making up example, right? But the Torah said plow with a bull. Why? Because it's the most common animal to plow. Okay, so again, the parallel is that the Torah to say for physical needs, meaning whatever needs to be done for food preparation, but it's actually applied to other things as well. Since the Torah does mention the preparation of food, the dispensation is commonly referred to a hel nefesh, right? Preparing food for a person. Continue. So again, because it's commonly like everybody understands this. What does it mean? The dispensation is further broadened, by the principle mitoch, and this principle actually we will talk about with opening water. Mitoch, it's like sins, I think, which states that since Melachah is permitted for the sake of physical needs, it is permitted even for no physical needs is involved, right? So this principle applies in limited circumstances and will be discussed in detail chapter 3. Okay, so we're going to get to it, Beezrat Hashem. So meaning that mitoch, meaning one more time, we're going to explain the dispensation further broadened by principle mitoch, which states that since Melachah is permitted for the sake of physical needs, meaning what? I would give this example. Since you're allowed to carry food, let's say from house to house. Let's say you're planning to eat in your friend's house, right? And you want to bring a few dishes. They make 3 dishes. You make 3 dishes, and you combine together. You have beautiful lunch, right? So that's very good. So you need to carry this these pots or whatever these containers with food to their house, right? And through the public domain, and there is no eruv. So okay, so you would be allowed to do that. And mitoch, meaning what? Since it is allowed to do it for a primary reason, it would be allowed to something to do for not for the sake of the food, meaning what, or physical needs. For example, you would be allowed to bring your book, right? For example, you on Rosh Hashanah you're allowed to bring your magzor. So if like in the shul, like a lot of people, if you leave your magzor, guess what? Maybe you're not at night. Maybe you're not going to find it tomorrow morning. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not saying, right? So some people prefer to take their book home. Maybe they're going to prepare. Maybe they for whatever reason. Then they're going to bring it back tomorrow, right? So of course it's not food, but you would be allowed to carry in the public domain. That's the definition of this mitoch, and same as for opening hot water.